Your sales calls are failing, and it's not your script. It's not even your closer. Funny enough, after helping over 390 clients generate $150 million in ad revenue, and my own sales team of 9 taking 100 plus sales calls a day with using this exact framework I'm going to be showing you, having higher close rates than normal. And I realized that, like my friends, because I'm in proximity of a lot of 8 and 9 figure business owners, a lot of my friends use this same common framework to have a higher close rate, but it's unorthodox and the industry goes against it. Most coaches are just having the wrong conversation. They're trying to convince and pull the person in instead of dropping sales resistance and simply confirming the value of your solution and why it's so valuable to them. Most sales conversations have high talk time and it's less about the prospect, more about the closer trying to pressure sell and get the one call close. And this whole framework is going to literally flip your whole entire framework upside down on how you take sales calls right now. And when you use it, prospects will start selling themselves, which is what you want, to have more efficiency and to make more per phone call. So let me show you how you can copy it too. So we're going to come down to the board here. I'm going to show you this framework step by step. Okay. So this is the $150 million sales framework. And a lot of sales teams have a lot of problems with not just close rates, but also culture and their processes in general. When you are consistently getting new reps or having churn, you can't just keep doing that and just keep spending a lot of money and time and effort on rehiring. Your framework is what's the problem. When you have a better framework, you make more money, you have a better culture, your sales reps stay around longer. All right. Whenever I tell business owners, hey, you're about to build a sales team, if they're not making 10K a month or more, they're going to wind up quitting and finding somewhere else to work because there's other opportunities out there that unfortunately are better than yours right now. And I don't care if you think they're happy, they're always going to seek bigger and better things, right? It's always like one of my favorite quotes: when things are good, they can always be better. So keep that in mind. So first things first is why convincing never helps you even if you close. When you convince prospects, they might get off the phone and this is what happens is they start second guessing to where they start hitting you up and asking you more buying questions, but they already bought and maybe they're hesitant about signing the agreement afterwards. And you start seeing marks of buyer's remorse, right? When you're convincing instead of getting people to sell themselves, you're going to have more buyer's remorse, more refunds, more chargebacks, etc. Because pressure selling is just way more emotional than ever and people get very, very triggered by it. So stop doing it. Stop telling your salespeople to do it. Let the person sell themselves. Also, at the end of sales calls, when you are pressure selling, let's say, and you want to have something that actually avoids something of buyer's remorse, always at the end, when you get the yes, you say, listen, I love that. You don't have to do this though. I'm going to ask you again, do you want to do this? And they're going to say yes again. You double confirm to get as much buyer's remorse out of the way. Okay. Second thing here is the 4-step framework, also known as a confirmation that I'm going to be showing you. Okay. That raises show rates and qualifications. You might have a lead who you think is not as qualified. But when you use this 4-step confirmation, you're going to now raise their show rates, not just in the beginning of the call, but at the end to show up for the offer and not give you too many objections beforehand, but also pre-qualifying them too throughout the call to make sure that they know that they have to qualify to work with you instead of the other way around. And the last thing is why using a script eliminates personalities and referrals. When you're using a script, you sound monotone. People don't trust you as much. It's kind of like an AI. Okay. When we lose personality, we lose a connection of relatability and, equality on the call. A lot of our calls go really well because my guys can tell jokes. They're very friendly. They don't use a script, which leads to the end of the call where it's easy to get referrals. When someone just had a great conversation, they're excited, they got congratulated, got their onboard, and like they're set to go. They know that they have friends that want to have a conversation like that too. And they feel comfortable sending those referrals to us, even without providing results right off the rip. Second piece. So let's go to these 3 main steps. First is convincing. Okay, I cross it out because I want you to stop having to do this. Okay, and you might be having to convince a lot of people because your offer's trash too. The personality of your salespeople are trash. Your script you're using is not great and you should not be using a script anyway. And then you tell your guys to be all like, banging your chest, pressure selling with energy and all this stuff. Like none of that shit works anymore. Okay. I know some of you guys know of these, sales trainers in the space who do the whole chest pumping thing. Trust me, they don't make as much money as they tell you they do. The thing about convincing is believing that you need better scripts or closers to fix it. Wrong. You do not need better scripts. You need A better pre-frame, better confirmation, less talk time, and a couple of things I'm going to be talking about throughout today's video. Second is convincing instead of confirming. Urgency. Urgency is where most sales decisions are made. When the prospect has no urgency, now they can think about it. They can wait till next week. There's no reason for them to be urgent when you're able to confirm them and not convince. You have to let them sell themselves their urgency of why they want to solve the problem now. Convincing equals more refunds. Okay, and that's where you start to close like 15, 20%. You feel like you got to pull everybody's hair, you got to pull their teeth out to get the sale. But confirmers are closing 40 to 60%. And this is because we're not selling. We're having a conversation that is helping after diagnosing. It's kind of like you go to the doctor. They give you a diagnosis and they tell you how to treat it. That conversion rate is stupid high. Mostly you're getting on sales calls going, here's I can help you, here's what you get, here's the price, let's go. And you're just going down these objection rabbit holes and you're trying to be too pushy about it. But when I talk to a business owner in B2B and I'm like, or even B2C, and I'm like, hey, you've been having this problem for X amount of time now. How much has that costed you in the business? Okay, well, if you've been trying to fix that problem for a while, what's gotten in the way of that? Okay, and today I'm actually going to be able to build you a solution that solves that. It seems to me like this is really urgent. On a scale of 1 to 10, how urgent is this problem for you to fix right now? Cool. So you're basically telling me that if you let this problem sit longer, this X thing is going to happen to you. Cool. All right. You're confirming. Most of the questions that I ask on sales calls are why questions or pre-confirmation questions, like I just did before. So now we get into the 4-step framework. Okay, what is this 4-step framework? Well, first is you have to diagnose. You ask questions and you want to keep talk time less than 20%. The more I make the prospect answer why questions or urgency-based questions, my talk time's less than 20%. Most of my talk time is honestly during the pitch. It's the rapport build, pre-frame, and pitch. All the stuff in the middle, all the discovery, I'm just asking why questions. Okay, what's going to happen if you don't fix it? Why did you book a call? Why do you want to solve it right now? What's going to happen if you don't, right? Why do you think we're a good fit? What did you see about us that stood out? Like, I'm just asking questions that are selling themselves, okay? And if my talk time is more than 20%, I'm not selling correctly, okay? Next step is align. When two people align, two people can conquer, okay? If I reflect what they said to show you listened, okay? Reflect what they said to show you they listened. Most people just don't listen. And if you're a good listener, like a therapist, those people get paid well. You just got to be a good listener. Most of sales is listening, asking why questions, getting them to sell themselves. Stop doing the whole, oh, he gave me ammo, let's use it against him right now. No, just reflect on what they said, keep having them sell themselves. A lot of you get in the whole dough of, oh, the prospect said he's only getting 1 lead a day, so let me use it as ammo and just attack him right now. No, ask him instead, what is 1 lead a day doing to the business? What if you got 3 leads a day? What would that do to your business? The difference is 2 leads. So if you're spending X amount of day per ads and we got you 2 leads a day, how excited would you be? On a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being you had a big win with us and 1 being it's not a win, where would that be? You just keep asking to sell themselves, all you're doing. So third is where you confirm, okay? You get them to tell you why the solution or solving this is valuable to them now. Not Friday, not tomorrow, not later on when they talk to their wives, not tomorrow at their board meeting with their partner. Why is it valuable to them to fix it now? Okay, and then we offer. We present the solution with the irresistible, urgent offer. We have to match their urgency with the timeline of the offer so that there's no incongruencies. Okay, this is the exact framework that I have used countless times. And we have 9 salespeople. I haven't lost a salesperson in 4 years. We take over 100 plus demos a day. I know a thing or two about selling. Okay, so I hope this really starts to unpack and unravel things for you. Now, with this framework, you obviously need more book calls. If you want more book calls, you want to have us book your sales team out, I'd love to run your paid traffic and build your funnels and offers. So in the Calendly link in the description, you click that, book a call with me or one of my senior advisors. I'd be happy to assist you. And also it's in the comment section as well, pinned, and I will see you in the next video. Peace.